afternoon, a team of experts are on the ground assessing the impact of last night's floods in the Ashanti Regional capital. Now, motorists and commuters were left stranded for several hours following overnight heavy rains that caused flooding in several parts of the region. The resultant floods did not only cause heavy vehicular traffic, but also caused the destruction of portions of roads, cutting communities from each other. Ohiming Tewia has our report.
Continuous downpour caused River Susan, Owabe, Subin and other tributaries to overflow their banks. Asokwe Mampong Sepetimpom, Kumasi Barkese Ofinsu roads, among places were blocked for several hours as they were taken over by flood waters. Motorists and commuters were trapped for several hours amidst heavy vehicular traffic. Vehicles, including this Toyota Camry and tricycles, were swept away by the flood waters, trapping occupants on board.
The vehicle was just something tiny for the force of the water.
In the Asokwe Mampong municipality, a brave young man rescued 5 people trapped in a Toyota Camry vehicle, swept away by flood waters at Asabi Junction.
The occupants could not even remove the ignition key. It is left in the vehicle.
My brother, would you even bother to think of your key once you have been carried away from the main road to this part? I believe by that point, all that they were thinking about is them dying. But with God's help, the guy was able to come in to open and got those guys out.
The exact spot recorded 6 flood-related deaths about 2 years ago. Assemblyman for Sepetimpom, Kwame Nkrumah Atta, is full of praise to Mr. Abedi for that life-saving intervention.
About 3 years ago, there were containers all over, and we experienced such floods, and 6 people died around this area. Those who were commuting from the central market to their various houses were also locked up here. So those guys who were here managed to tie a rope around Mohammed Abidi, and it was sheer bravery that made the guy came over here to rescue those guys that were trapped in the vehicle. I don't know what came over the guy, but he had just saved us from another calamity. It was later on that the fire service came, but by the time they came, the rescue activity had been completed. We've always recommended that during the dry season, the river should be dredged. Some time past, there was this dredging activity that were being carried out on the river, and we didn't experience this kind of flooding. So once I believe that we must continue with the dredging, so that when it's rainy season, there will be enough space for the waters to flow through.
Some residents stayed awake overnight to clear their rooms filled with water.
It is already 2 a.m. on Wednesday. Sawaba New Site is one of the communities inundated by flood waters. In this house, I have seen some of the residents trying to clean their rooms, which have been taken over by flood waters. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
What is happening here?
When I get home, my room was flooded, so I'm trying my possible best to see if I can clean it up and then get somewhere to sleep right.
But is it possible?
I can't tell for now, but I'm trying my best. It has almost destroyed half of my clothes. My mattress, even the water too has entered it and they have taken it out.
At Atafua in Kumasi, the news team monitoring the flood situation had to abandon the trip at about 3:30 a.m. as flood waters swept away a portion of the road linking Kronom Abohia.
Portion of the road has been eaten away by flood waters. What it means is that our vehicle cannot cross to the other end of the road.
Communities like Kronom, Boho and Atafua are cut off.
Yesterday's case is worse. The place is not motorable again. They have to pass through a heavy traffic before getting to the other side of Kronom Abohia. Even students cannot pass through this place. They have to find another route to get to school as well.
From Kumasi, for Joy News, Ohiming Tewia reporting.